Okay, so got our first plant here to review. So this is the first time I've done this, folks, so just bear with me. But plant we're looking at today is Muehlenbeckia Estonia, and yeah, this is a real beautiful plant, native to New Zealand. Currently on the endangered species list in New Zealand. Because in the wild it is, I think there's only 4 places in New Zealand at the moment that it's found. So yeah, quite a not exactly rare because it's found. There's a lot of nurseries that do propagate it, but it certainly is a good plant to to get back out there into landscape plantings, onto farms. You know, anywhere we can get these plants back out into the wild, so to speak, and try and help keep the population of them up in New Zealand. So they grow into a essentially a shrub. Can get quite big. Normally they'll go to about 2 meters by 2 meters probably, but there is some old specimens that have been found about 4 meters by 4 meters, so they can get quite big, but they do trim up pretty well. And you can see with these interlacing branches here, they are great for topiary and trimming into hedges, that type of thing. Very tight branches, so they do trim up quite nicely. Love the divaricating branches on these plants. You can see that at every joint where a new branch shoots off, the stem twists another way. So yeah, quite a cool wee shrub. Got quite distinctive leaves on it. It's one way you can tell it. Probably a bit hard to see in the video, but these little leaves here, a lot of them are heart shaped. So give you a good defining feature you can tell them by. Different to one of its relatives, Muehlenbeckia complexa, in that it does grow on a trunk. So again, this one's a wee bit small to see its trunk, but it does have a wee trunk down there. And then there's also Muehlenbeckia axillaris as well, which is a ground cover, so again completely different. So it should be pretty easy to tell this one if you're out in the bush, or looking at a landscaping project and wondering what it is. Also one of very few New Zealand plants that is deciduous, so it'll lose all its leaves during the winter, which can be a surprise if you're not ready for it, because you might think it's dead, but they do spring back to life when the warmer weather comes. And yeah, no, it's other than that, it's a really good plant, really popular for landscaping. Muehlenbeckia Estonia was named after a chap called Bernard Aston, I think. He was one of New Zealand's early botanists back in the early 1900s. So he discovered some of these in a bay just around from Wellington, and yeah, so they were named after him. It is also pretty hardy, which is cool. So it will withstand frosts, salt spray. So if you're near the coast, it's a good option. Obviously that was where it was found, in a bay in Wellington, so it was its natural habitat. And dry soils as well is another thing. So yeah, if you've got pretty dry soils, it's a good spot to have it. And it does have flowers. There's none at the moment, but yeah, it does flower. But you can't really, if you're looking at the plant from a distance, you can't really see them. They're very inconspicuous. I think they're normally only sort of 5 or 3 to 5 mils in diameter, so very small and somewhat translucent, so a bit hard to see. But yeah, they do have a very small flower. There is male and female versions of them too, as with most plants, but the males will self-pollinate to some extent, but females are better at reproducing the seed. If there is no male astonii anywhere near, they will hybridise with other Muehlenbeckia species like the complexa and the axillaris that we mentioned earlier. But yeah, overall, brilliant landscaping shrub, and great for even on a farm, if you're planting out some dry areas, great shrub to put in. The flowers do attract birds and lizards, so you will get a bit of animal life from that. But yeah, great one to have on board. Cheers.